Investigators are working to determine the cause of that fire. We'll continue to update you as that becomes available. Reporting live in Tallahassee, Jada Williams, WTXL, ABC 27. The flames are continuing to grow since a couple of minutes ago when I was on air. Now, I have called 911 and fire crews are headed their way to this scene, but this is again the house that caught fire Sunday night on Buckingham Drive. It reignited this morning and crews are headed this way. Now, no one was in the home, and as of right now, I don't believe anyone is in this home, but of course, people are going to come out to make sure. Now, this is a calm scene. No one in the neighborhood is even up right now, but I will continue to keep you updated as that becomes available. Right now, the crews are working to put that fire out. There are about 3 fire trucks here and even more police officers with the Tallahassee Police Department as well as FHP all battling that fire right now in an unexpected turn of events. The house fire that started on Buckingham Drive last night, a little before 11 o'clock, reignited around 5 a.m. this morning while I was reporting on it. And that fire, as I was reporting, it was pitch black, dark, and a lot of smoke in the air. But as soon as I started to report, I could hear some crackling going on. And towards the end of that live shot, I could see inside that home. And again, when I first got out here, it was pitch black, dark, and within minutes, even probably about 1 or 2 minutes, that house, the roof was completely in flames. So I'm going to step aside so that you guys can see what's going on right now. Now, I am a little bit behind the activity, but I will zoom in so that you can see some more of what's going on. Those crews are still spraying water on that fire to make sure that it goes out and stays out. Now, again, this happened, the first fire at this home happened at around 10:40 last night. That's on Buckingham Drive. No one was inside that home at the time of the fire, and no injuries are being reported. And as of right now, there was a check with the police officers to make sure that no one was in there, and I don't believe they found anyone. They came out, made sure everything was safe so that those firefighters could begin to put the fire out. I will continue to stay on the scene and update you with updates as they become available. Reporting live in Tallahassee, Jada Williams, WTXL, ABC 27. Now, I will step aside really quickly so that you can get a look at the scene behind me. You can see that there are about 3 fire trucks as well as police officers, and there are firefighters working in the yard right now. They've been going in and out of that house, and right now there are no visible flames right now, but of course they're still going in to make sure that it doesn't reignite a third time. And I did talk to some neighbors in the area, and they said that they were on edge last night. As the night went on, they could hear crackling going on next door and a lot of thick smoke, and they say that they were waking up periodically, but very glad that the call was placed when it was to make sure that fire could be put out. Now, I will continue to investigate this for you, and the cause of that fire from last night is still currently under investigation. But for now, reporting live in Tallahassee, Jada Williams, WTXL, ABC 27.
And Jada, we know your heart is pounding right now. Our hearts are racing just seeing this happening right before our very eyes. What have you been hearing from neighbors and the family? Thank goodness they weren't home at the time. Is that right?
That's very right. It was frightening for me being right across the street from that fire and wondering if it would somehow grow and go across the street, because it grew in a matter of seconds, minutes. It grew very quickly, and the neighbors, they're saying the same thing. They couldn't sleep last night because they were afraid of that house sparking back up and jumping the fence into their yard. They're out here right now making sure that they are up to date with what's going on, talking to the fire crews, as well as just making sure that that fire doesn't reignite a third time. They said they're very afraid as well. And I will continue to investigate this for you guys, so stick with us on air and online. Jada Williams, WTXL, ABC 27.
Jada, can you tell us what's happening right now?
Right now, there are crews on the roof of this house, and they're cutting a hole into it to make sure that that fire that started first at around 10:40 last night and then reignited around 5 this morning doesn't reignite a third time. You can see them working. They have been out here for over an hour, and that house fire was presumed to be out. I was here reporting live on it, and while I was on air, it ignited back up in about a minute, going from nothing but smoke to very thick, huge flames covering the entire house.
All right, Jada, before you go, we just have to know, kind of take us through your mindset as you were there on scene when that fire restarted. We know oftentimes in this business we get the call from police or firefighters saying, hey, there's a fire here, you need to get a crew here. But to be the one on the scene, to see that happening before anyone else, to actually have placed that call to 911, what was your thought process?
It was a very frightening experience for me. I was right across the street, very close to that house when that fire started up. I could feel those flames and that smoke was surrounding me, and I actually had a live shot not too far from it, and I was kind of peeking over my shoulder to make sure that the fire wasn't spreading across the street to get to me, and I made sure that I called 911 to get those fire crews out here, and I moved a little bit towards safety, and I have neighbors who are saying that they're very happy that I was out here, because if that fire had gone undetected for even a couple more minutes, they said that they're afraid it could have gone into their yards and been an even bigger disaster.